Alright, so I just figured something out, and this is very important for anyone that has 1080 Ti's, and obviously is using risers. Number one, don't use the Molex ones, or the ones with the SATA, the Molex connector on it. Get the ones that are, that have the 6-pin, the USB and the 6-pin. But the 6-pin to SATA connector that normally you would use with your other cards to connect to your power supply. You have your power supply cord that's a 6-pin, and then it comes out to a SATA. That one, do not use that. What you're going to need to do is, you have those 6-pin to dual 6-pin cords that come. You're going to use, and they split off, so each one of those cords can power 2 risers. So use one of those 1 to 2 cords to power 2 risers, and don't use the SATA connector, because those wires in the SATA cable, they're not meant to hold the amperage or to transfer the amperage of the 1080 Ti's. So it may work for you for a little bit, but it could catch fire. And I decided to include this in a video because I know a lot of people that are building rigs and using 1080 Ti's. I mean, 3 random people on Facebook in the Ethereum mining group that I was in reached out to me about how I set mine up and stuff, because they couldn't get theirs to work, or because they wanted to know what cards I was using, and I told them why. And so I know that it is becoming a more common thing. I can also tell because of my rewards shrinking by the freaking, like, every couple days, I feel like. Thank you, this lady was super nice, she just let me in. Yeah, so save yourself a fire. It may not happen right away, but it could happen. I've got 5 new cards coming in tomorrow, so, and I also called EVGA, and as well as Corsair. If you guys have Corsair ones, you can call them. You can place custom orders for those cords if you have more than 8 cards, or if you have more than 4 cards that are going to one power supply, I guess you could say. You'll have to call them and place a custom order. It's a little bit pricey, but you're going to get exactly what you need, because yes, you can use aftermarket power supply cords, but there's a chance they're not going to fit. I have done that before. I have ordered extra ones for a Corsair, what was it, a 1000 watt platinum, and the cords didn't fit. I don't know how or why, but it's best to just pay the money and just get them. You know, this is for most of you, this is a big money investment. You know, it's not, these rigs aren't cheap to build if you're using 1080 Ti's. Let alone they're not really cheap, period. You know, like, it's one of the things that I laugh about the most when people pop in. I got $1,000. Like, how can I build a rig? Yeah, you could build one for $1,000, but I don't know how much you're expecting to make. Like, just my motherboard, power supplies, and like rig frame cut with, and the fans for the frame cost $1,000, I feel like, without any cards. Let's see, 600, 800, yeah. Without even the rig frame. Just the power supplies, the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM. that cost $1,000. So it's not a cheap investment. You're not going to get rich tomorrow. I got people ask me all the time, like, is it worth doing it? Like, ask yourself that question. Is it profitable? Is it profitable to you? What are you looking to make out of it? You know what I mean? Like, I'm happy with what I make out of mine. And for me, it's not something that I cash out. I'm not cashing. I just take I bite the bullet, I pay the electricity, and I hold my coins. And when I have opportunities, yeah, I mean, I'll sell them for Bitcoin to accumulate more Bitcoin, but I'm not, I don't cash out my mine coins. I don't like dealing with, I don't want to be targeted and have to deal with things about paying taxes on my coins, so I cash them out minimally. If I made a $2,500 purchase, the most I'm going to cash out is $2,500 back. You know, like, I'm not, I don't like pulling my money. I don't like pulling my coins out. The point of it, that's what I don't get about these fucking debit cards and why people love them so much. Why do you want to spend your Bitcoin? It's just stupid. You should only spend your Bitcoin if you're replacing your Bitcoin. So I take that, I mean, there are people that are using it to, like, build the ecosystem, but those people who are usually, like, the core developers of the original Bitcoin, they understand that you want to replace your coins when you use them. You're not just using it to use it, you know. I understand if it's like a rainy day thing, like, you know, I just want to have access to them so I can just swipe and just pay for something if I have to. But I don't get what the big craze is about them. Like, why do people want to spend their altcoins and their Bitcoins? This is a new technology. Yes, 10 years is still new. It hasn't adopted mainstream yet. There are countries that don't have internet. So there are countries that don't even know what this is. See, I don't know, small little rant, because so many people I saw who invested in Monaco and Pay and are using their BitPay cards and using their Swift cards, I think it's Swift, maybe it's Shift or something like that. I just don't get it. Like, you're watching right now, just look at from a year ago to today how much these coins have gone up in value. Why in the world would you want to spend them? Doesn't make sense to me. Well, I will catch you guys later.